Welcome back, everybody, to Two Kobo Two Cents. Today we are having a very special, what do I call it special? Kind of like a controversial topic, and it's been trending in Nigeria for a while. All right, but I would like to mention it. Okay, could you tell what's the topic we're talking about today?
Olodo Uprising.
Olodo Uprising. If you, I don't know, you smirked a little bit. You don't like the idea of it?
So it's not. I don't know if it's that I don't like the idea of it. It's just it brings to the fore something that I have actually spoken about in the past, like without necessarily naming it that. So I feel like the biggest issue in Nigeria is not even necessarily that we have a lot of Olodos. I think it's a situation where we have a lot of ill-educated people, and I think that is actually even worse than having who we think or who we term are Olodos, who generally I think we seem to see as like the uneducated people. But I think the biggest problem or the bigger problem is ill-education.
So who is the Olodo? Who is the Olodo? If you say this person now is an Olodo, who is an Olodo? Is it
For
the
me,
ill-educated person?
For me personally, the Olodo is the ill-educated person, because it's actually an ill-educated person is actually worse than an uneducated person, because they argue as if they know, because they are supposed to know, because they have some sort of education.
They may even have some idea about the thing, but your idea is just brief. Like there's no deeper. Do you understand? But to me, the Olodo Uprising it's a global problem. It's bigger than Nigeria. It's not just a Nigerian problem.
No, when you're saying a bigger problem, and what I was looking at your glasses are fire.
Thank you.
Your glasses are fire.
Thank you.
But let's not hang ourselves on that. So when you say global, are you saying that this problem of Olodo Uprising is not just peculiar to Nigeria? Do you think it's something that every other country out there faces?
Yes, I think, and like she said, is ill-education and just lack of exposure to certain things. And people would always think exposure has to do with going abroad and all that. Yeah, while I agree that is exposure, you can also be exposed by going to the next state. Like the next state, the next province. That also gives you context and more understanding. It broadens your horizon.
I love the fact that you brought up this that traveling, you don't have to leave your country. Just moving from state to state is a huge part of actually opening up your mind. Because the last topic we spoke about, we mentioned NYSC, and we laughed about the whole thing. But the thing is, I'm a huge advocate for NYSC. Like, I support the NYSC scheme to the end of it. Do you get? The only thing is, the whole idea of it is it's been trampled upon right now. Okay, but when you look at the foundation of it, makes a lot of sense. Do you get? The NYSC was put in place for integration. Right? Because a lot of people had their own single stories about how other people were. Now you see somebody who say, don't marry from Anambra, hey, don't marry from Kaduna, hey, don't marry, rubbish talk. Do you get? In as much as, yes, there might be certain things that inform those biases or those positions, all right? If you actually think about, in fact, in my own books, anybody that points out a particular tribe, a particular race, a particular state, and say, hey, we don't do things, that is the biggest Olodo in the whole world. If you see the world like this, and this is the size of the world, the Olodoness of this person is like this. The world is like this, which means the world cannot contain that person's Olodoness. I'm trying to explain something. I don't know why you're laughing. It's very serious.
It makes sense.
No, think about it. Okay, here's the thing, But here's the thing, You hear certain things like, we don't marry from this village. Now, if you now come down to it,
even from the same states,
even from the same state,
like you're from the same local government. What do you mean?
The thing is, I understand there are certain things that inform those issues. For instance, let's say you want to go and marry from the north. You're an Igbo girl, you want to marry from the north. You're most likely, let me not say most likely, there's a very high possibility that you would be ending up with a Muslim. Okay, and then you're a Christian. No, that's what I'm saying. There are Christians living there as well, and then there are Muslims. But according to the thing that we see on TV and the things we see on the internet, it's as if the Muslims are higher in population than the Christians, and the Christians are the minority. Yeah, so that's why I said it's highly possible that you could end up with a Muslim if you decide to lean towards the north. Now, the thing is, there are substantial differences in the way we go about the issues of religion, okay, and that can be very, very understood. But when somebody now starts talking about these people are wicked, what do you mean by these people are wicked? Is it that, have you met all of them? Or you see somebody say, don't marry any man from Ungwa, or don't marry Urobo man, have you dated all of them?
Or don't marry Mbise.
Don't marry Mbise. If you see Mbise, you see Mbise man, and you see snake, that you first kill the Mbise man before you kill the snake.
Wow,
really?
The snake is over.
I'm telling you, now if you don't tell somebody, okay, give me a concrete reason behind this analogy, they have nothing to say. And then they say, that was this man, or there's this mechanic that I had that time. If you see what that Mbise man now, this one, that one is okay, no problem. Has somebody from Nazi not done something to you? Has somebody from Delta not done something to you? Now the thing is that the moment something bad happens to you from a particular place you already have a bias in, it now reinforces that bias you have of them. But there have been bad things happening. Has your life been blissful since? You've been suffering.
And then stereotypes too. Now that's how the stereotypes is formed and sticks.
I don't vex.
No vex.
Okay. Now, still on the Olodo Uprising, yeah. You mentioned something about it being global. Okay. Can you bring it home? What do you mean by global? In what iterations? What other iterations of it have you seen beyond Nigeria?
So I don't know if you see all these videos online, and they'll say Americans, and they'll say it's the Americans. Like when someone does something
Americans.
Americans, because those kind of things. So when I also see that some of them too lack this same exposure that I'm just talking about, broadening your horizon and knowing what other people to do, and that ignorance or ill-education, like she said, is another cause of all these things.
I mean, the Nzuzu is global.
It is. And then see,
I think you don't have versions of our Nzuzu.
That's the thing. You have different versions of your Nzuzu.
Yeah.
In Nigeria, there's just Nzuzu, serious Nzuzu content, but the thing is, it's entertaining, and that's just the world that we live in now. I feel like people are trying to escape things. I can't lie, I doom scroll a lot to just avoid thinking about whatever is going on. Honestly, I avoid some content online, because it's too much. I don't want to see this. Let me just look for something that will make me laugh. I'd rather watch something funny. And I think but the thing about the way social media is right now, anybody can blow right now on social media. So it just depends on what you're offering.
Because
how much entertainment are you offering?
The way you're making it look now is as if what you're saying here is that if you cannot hack the algorithm, are you truly not an Olodo?
To be fair, it takes some knowledge.
Because if we don't blow this podcast, it means that we're Olodo.
Not if we talk that one. But yeah,
I mean, you have to do. Are you
willing to dance? Are you willing to dance? Are you willing to wear oversized shoe?
Why are you wearing oversized trouser? Oversized somewhere.
Well, are you willing to see? There's this content. I see. What's even the content that I'm trying to talk about? Well, it's not even from today. Since the beginning of Instagram, even Vine. I don't know if you can remember Vine.
But the thing is, we even forget somebody like even Charlie Chaplin, all those mimes from way before. I mean, we had clowns.
Yeah.
We have, even in the medieval time, we had jesters, we had the jokers and stuff like that. We had all those things. However, if you had some really, really, how do I put some insight into whether we actually do have an Olodo Uprising problem in Nigeria?
I strongly and largely believe that we do. Like bringing it back again to the ill education and the ill education we are facing in I think it's actually global, but just bringing it back to Nigeria. Like when I first moved here, I used to make like content about moving here, like just talking about my process and my journey. And I had a lot of people asking me questions about, oh, how do I move here? Oh, what do I do? And I'm like, oh no, I'm not an immigration person, but these are the things, these are the options available to you. Here, this is the government of Canada website. That is your biggest, that's like your Bible for anything immigrating to Canada. And I would go find the link about all the specific things that we've spoken about and give it to people. And then you still have people coming to ask you the most basic question that was in that link that I sent them.
You see, I don't think you're seeing what's going on here. I don't think you're seeing. People are looking at a total service. People are looking at a turnkey service. Do you understand? Maybe they're more bougie than you think.
It's not about being bougie. You just want to be spoon-fed.
Yeah.
You don't want to do like she has given you links. All you have to do is just
boring.
read. Like because I like all these websites that will give you.
Why do you think that wealthy people have butlers?
See,
it's bougie. I'm telling you, Nigerians are bougie.
See, but sometimes I also feel like in her situation, it may be peculiar to you. So you need to do the research. And she's not even informed on your situation to begin with. So she can't narrow it down.
And again, I'm not even an immigration agent. I'm not certified to do that. So I don't even know the questions to ask you to find out that information from you. But you know your situation, you know your special circumstances. You know, probably that you have, I don't know, let's just say experience driving a tipper or something. And so you know that, okay, this program might possibly be good for me, but I might not even think to ask you that question. But if you go do the research, like follow the links that I've sent to you, and then come back and we have like a conversation about it. Like,
so basically, I talked about a question you asked earlier, and I remember when I was in college, and this was something that I learned.
Is it your glasses that's making you speak like this?
Maybe.
When I was in college,
maybe. So like this was something that I noticed in Nigeria. Actually, we are spoon-fed information a lot. In the sense where that information is available to you, as opposed to here, they expect you to actually go find the information because the information is already available. I remember there was the first time, like my attention was brought to that. There was something about, I can't remember if it was scholarship or I don't know, it was something that the information was already out there on the school website, so you just had to go find it. But like I was expecting them to like put the info, like a notice board or something to call the attention to the students, but like it just didn't happen. And that was when I realized, they expect you to do these things. Yourself. Yeah, they expect you to do some of these things yourself, but I don't, like.
What if they're dyslexic?
Who? Me?
Too many words. you open. What if they're dyslexic? Like you open the website, you're seeing so many words, and you're like, oh my god, so much information. And then you close the website and say, hey, I think they talk inside there.
I don't think it's that. I just think it's, and I think right now the way the world is going, we're absorbing a lot of information. I saw this content online, and it said, when you're scrolling like this. Instagram also has the feature where you can auto scrolls.
Yeah.
I had that feature at some point, and then I turned it off because I was like, I beg. Anyway, they said
so all you have to do is hold your phone in your hand.
Hold your phone.
After one content, it goes to the next one.
Once it's complete, it moves. Once it's complete, it moves.
That's not doom scrolling. That's a Armageddon scrolling.
We are going down the rabbit hole. It doesn't end. And with the way Instagram is suggesting content to you, you're not previously we would only see content of who you follow, and then there was the For You page, so you go beyond your follower. Now on my homepage, why am I seeing content of somebody that I don't even follow? Do you understand? You can't filter. Do you know now? I'm having to always put on this thing on Instagram where they say your interests, like what you want to watch. These days, I put things like nature, photography, and I love it. I love it when something like nature, like the stream, just flows. I love it. I love seeing and painting. I love seeing that.
There's something
as my content.
You know, part of what Ify was talking about earlier. Yeah, and I know I made a joke around it and everything, turnkey, dyslexic, whatever, but it's actually a serious thing.
It is.
It's actually a serious thing because it's I know how many times I've been asked the same question. Okay, I have not posted anything about immigration before. I have not said anything about immigration before. None of those things. Yeah, then I can imagine if I could be asked all these questions. I can imagine what you go through based on this content that you actually put out, right? And you hear questions like, Alpha, what should I do next? I was like, bro, I don't know why you're asking me what you're gonna do next, man. Just go there.
Yeah.
And read. And I don't like the things. I get triggered. Personally, I get triggered at people that don't use their heads. The moment I feel that you are not using your head, I just tune off. I don't even want to help you anymore. Do you get? But so that we don't drift too far away from the Olodo Uprising issue, what do you think is actually the root cause? Okay, you ask Ify this. What do you think is actually the root cause of this Olodo idea?
So I think it's two holes.
Yeah.
It's both a systemic failure, and I think it's also a personal failure on our own parts.
Okay.
A systemic failure in the sense that like the system has just failed us, like the education system in Nigeria has just failed us. Like the government is not investing in education as they should be doing. They are not investing in our teachers, they are not investing in like the schools. You go to schools and like these are not environments that encourage learning. But I think it's also a failure on our own part. We're not hungry for knowledge. We're not willing to put in the hard work. We're not curious. We just want to either be spoon fed or go the other way of taking the easy way out of just success, overnight success without putting in the hard work. So I think it's a failure on two sides, both the government and also we the individuals as well.
I like that you extended it to the individual as well, because you actually have a whole lot of work to do. And like you said, people are not hungry for knowledge. Funny, I like having knowledge about everything and anything.
Yeah,
everything just a little bit of information.
Not have a conversation.
Exactly, not to have a conversation
learn about it. Also to know when somebody is
bullshitting. That's now brings me to something. Do you think Okoye means an Olodo? Because he came out one day online. Why are you looking around? Are you afraid of Okoye? He came out on the one day and said that they accused him of being an I've never considered Okoye an Olodo before. I was like, who is that person that's called him Olodo? Or is it Olodos that are triggered by him that are calling him Olodo? So you, in your own, how do I put it now? Not to have any, we're not trying to call him Olodo, not Olodo, but the kind of content he creates, is there any kind of like, what kind of things can you point at and say, this thing is actually special?
I would say, because I see his content like on my timeline, don't necessarily engage with it as much, but I don't think he's an Olodo.
I personally do not think, I don't think he's an Olodo.
But I do feel like sometimes he needs to do a little bit more research on what he's talking about, because sometimes you can see that it's just a broaden your horizon kind of situation for me.
What I would say.
Sorry, I wanted to extend on what I was just
saying. Okay, so that you don't really hang.
Yeah, because he also educates people. I actually see in the comments, because I'm always seated in the comment section. I'm always there.
Yeah.
And you can actually see some people are actually being educated from what he's actually saying. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes I don't think he's an Olodo. I just think he's a broadening your horizon situation.
For me, I think the only thing I feel is wrong with Obama is in a country like Nigeria, where there's so many issues that we have to talk about when it comes to Nigeria. I believe that you should be sensitive to certain things and all that. I don't think he has a sensitivity to certain things. He's quite traveled. He's well traveled. He's well read and stuff like that. I think it speaks with an air of arrogance. But at the same time, yeah, that air of arrogance is something that sells him as well. Because now, if somebody like that now comes to your restaurant and says, "Nice one," the nice one is actually heavy.
I think that doesn't even endear him to lots of people. Like, I don't engage his content, so I cannot speak on whether he's an Olodo or not. But like, he speaks, like you said, with arrogance, but there's like this type of condescension in his tone, and that doesn't necessarily endear you to a lot of people.
Okay. All right, that was a very controversial topic. Let's move on from there. Okay. So yeah, we spoke about the globalness of the Olodo thing, yeah, and I have a few things to say in that regard. Now, the thing about the globalness of it, I mean, a lot of people know about OnlyFans. A lot of people know about All Access Fans. A lot of people know about
which one is All Access Fans?
It's the African version of it.
Hey.
Don't ask me how I know. Don't ask me how I know. Alright. So wait. So the thing is, yeah, those things are actually making a ton of money. Okay, there's a reason they are making a ton of money.
Entertainment.
Now the thing is, there are, how do I put it now? People like to feel. I mean, people come to this world to do things to feel good and live. No matter what you do, whether you're hardworking so that you earn a better living, and so you feel
have money and you flex.
You're having kids. Why? Because you want to feel that. You want to have that feel good. Right? Everything that we're doing is towards happiness. Do you get? And one of the things that actually gives that kind of pseudo happiness is sexual content. Okay. Now the thing is, because people are, there's this need, there's this yearning for that escape, that thing you mentioned earlier, that escape. Yeah, these are kind of contents that are going to engage in. So it comes down to your algorithm at the end of the day. For instance, they're dragging Pella. YC came, spoke about it, said, there's this Olodo Uprising and everything. I don't like that he mentioned Pella. However, he was a point of contact to a lot of things.
For you to get context.
I think it was just unfortunate to have been the name that came to mind at that point.
Because, see, for you to crack the internet, take some level of
skill.
Yes. Some intentionality.
Yes.
You told yourself that I am going to consistently do this thing.
This is Zuzu.
Do you understand? Even if it's in Zuzu, it is curated in Zuzu. Have you seen Katefe?
There's some thought process to it, to be honest.
Katefe does a lot. Like you see, like it's chaotic and everything. But I can tell you for a fact, like that thing is curated chaos.
It is.
For this
but
thing.
it really
when you spoke about it's been like an escape, like escapism and all that. I actually thought of somebody that I know of that I might in my like wildest dream. Like I told her, in my wildest dream, I never would have thought that you would do this type of content, like because it came out of nowhere, and I'm like, I never would have thought this will come from you. She was like, man, if you don't know what people are going through, you don't know what I'm going through. This was a release for me. So it might actually also be a release for them as well.
That's it.
I never actually considered it, but it was a release because I would have bet you that it was somebody else using her face to do that. Because in her real life, when you still meet her outside that person,
you see they are very serious.
And she went viral. Like she had a lot of TikTok followers.
Because people want to watch something that is fun. I see what's going on in Nigeria. Please, have you started your cooling business? That's the one I want to start.
No, please, now I want to sell Akara.
Cooling.
Now see.